welcome back to the Unboxers, and today we have for you another What We Watch, and it is episode 9, season 1 of Cloak and Dagger. So, if you're not caught up currently to Cloak and Dagger, spoiler,
watch out.
And it's actually, we're filming it right after we watched it.
Yes, it's literally on the television right there.
Repeating again. Yes, so like, you will get our second reaction. If you want our second. You probably don't want my second reaction because I'm starting to rant. Okay, alright, so, what do we want to start off with? How the episode starts?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what do you have written there?
Well, I put, because I guess it starts literally with them kind of cleaning up,
Well, no. It starts with...
no.
Yeah, it starts with her aunt. I'm not a fan of the aunt. I'm just not a fan of the aunt. I'm starting right off right there. I'm just not a fan of the aunt. Anyway, and maybe she's supposed to be like that, kind of spacey and whatever, and so if that's the case, I guess it's a good job. But anyway, so I'm not a fan of the aunt. But anyway, so it starts with her spitting liquor, spitting alcohol all over the place, and drawing little random chalk drawings. I'm sure there's a purpose to it. I'm not trying to make fun.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'm sure it has something to do with, you know, like she's seeing...
It's odd.
You know, what something's going to happen.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, she seems, okay, I'm using this, like, she seems like the craziest, weirdest one, but yet she kind of knows something's coming more than anybody else. So it's kind of like the flip-flop.
Yeah, she's kind of like the watcher. Like, she has, like, she knows what's going to happen, and she's kind of seeing, like, oh, this has happened before.
This is happening. Okay, so it starts off with that, and then goes straight into, so they both kind of, sort of, not really, but kind of, sort of, like, ended their mission, in a way. Mm-hmm. Like, she found out about, you know, her dad's name, she got money, and then he got the police officer arrested for that. So you think that they've kind of, sort of, accomplished their mission, at least to the point, and then immediately they were very unhappy in the beginning of this episode. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to get the notifications so you can see more awesome Unboxer fun.
Well, they were unhappy because, you know, it's like everybody's like, oh, well, you know, he's not going to be in jail. The Connor's not going to be in jail, you know, for
right away,
long.
yeah.
And of course, you know, Tandy's whole thing was
to save her dad's
kind of clearing her dad's good name, and then she finds out that he really wasn't all that she thought he was. So I think it's kind of the, you know, they even talk about it in the episode, you know, like the hero's getting knocked down.
They do.
So this is kind of like their, I guess, their low point.
But I mean, like, there should have been, and maybe we were supposed to experience it at the end of the other episode, there should have been at least a, hey, you know, like, I feel like it, like, really quickly went bad. I don't know if that's why I had a hard time with, like, 99% of this episode. At the very end, it had a really cool, it had a pretty cool ending. But for most of this episode, I was disappointed, and then I guess you're supposed to be, since you're rooting for the heroes, and the heroes have gone rogue, and that was whole part of his speech, is the regression. So
well, I think it's kind of the whole, like, you know, you just got, you know, the bucket kicked out from underneath you, and now, you know, are you going to get back up?
Now what?
You know, if you're a real hero, you're going to get back up and be even better than you were before. Or are you just gonna wallow in?
Well, you know, the thing I don't get is, you know, he wasn't a fighter before. He wasn't the kid that was out punching someone when they made him mad and stuff. And all of a sudden, this, you know, and maybe it's because he's unleashed all this anger. But all of a sudden, you know, he's fighting kids in the hallway. He's fighting against his, was it the priest or one of the priests, and in a way that was uncharacteristic of his character, and maybe that was how it was supposed to be, but it just really shocked me, not in a good way. And then she, you know, she's like was starting to come around, and then all of a sudden she's like stealing people's hopes or something.
Yeah.
Did you have that written down?
Yes. Tyrone's anger overflowing, and Tandy regressing to old ways, stealing hopes, literally.
Yeah, you're right. She was stealing money before, and now she's stealing hopes. And that's just sad. I mean, you know, she seemed kind of happy for Mina when that first part happened, but now that that's happened to her dad, it's like she's lashing out, even at the very people who care the most about her.
And I'm guessing maybe, you know, I mean, I'm hoping that that's what the writers are intending, that they're wanting you to be frustrated and like, you know, come on guys, you're better than this.
Yeah.
And kind of root for them to, you know, come around. I'm assuming since next week's the season finale.
Season finale. And then I have to say the previews, from the previews, the season finale looks really good. But so it was like, you know, and then it got like really good, then came down a little bit, and then to me this episode like, and it, like you said, sometimes you have to have some before so to make next week's episode even greater. But yeah, in my opinion, I didn't like it. It was too quick of a switch, and maybe that's how it had to be. But and then she gets her boyfriend out of jail. He comes there and she's about to steal his hopes, and then...
Yeah, and the worst part about it is, you know, because she was, even before, she was like, you know, she really didn't seem... I mean, she was kind of with him, but she really didn't seem, like, interested in everything. But she knew from seeing his hopes in the... before that he wanted to get married and all this stuff, and it was like, she was, like, feeding him...
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, like, oh, I've been wanting to, you know, think about getting married and everything.
It was just... I don't know, I was just starting to come around to... Hey, you know, she's starting to realize stuff. She's not... But this was deceitful. This was, like, really, really... Yeah. So, anyway. And that's what was hard to also buy into it, since she had come so far. And then it was like she went, like they said in the thing, I think, even past what she was before.
Right.
So, and saying... The thing was saying that they can't go back to what they were before. So, hopefully they will morph into something new and better, let's hope. So, but I'm sure they will leave us with some kind of cliffhanger. So they've been picked up for season 2. I think it's going to be kind of wrapped up, but kind of not.
I mean, I'm sure they'll wrap it up to some extent, because they didn't really, when they filmed the season, they didn't know they were going to be picked up for a second season. But I'm sure they were, you know, at least hoping. And I really have a feeling, just because from the stuff from Comic-Con, I really have a feeling that it's going to revolve around O'Reilly, the police officer.
Oh, you mean the second season?
Well, but yeah, the whole, if there's going to be a cliffhanger, then it's going to have something
her. Okay, I was thinking the other guy. Okay. But I'm wondering if this whole thing with Roxanne is going to be wrapped up this season, or kind of propelled for, like, you know, maybe part of it.
I have a feeling it's not going to be, like, they're not going to go away. But my whole thing is, like, I'm wondering if they're ever going to, you know, because, like, the whole season it's been Tyrone and his quest to get Connors, and Tandy and her quest to get Roxanne. If they're ever going to,
it will merge.
Like, is Connors ever going to have anything to do with Roxanne, or are they just...
Oh, yeah, because, you know, they went right off and killed the other police officer. And I don't know if that has anything to do with the police department. Could be to do with his relationship with Roxanne, and then also her mother at the end. They came in, and that's the same people who...
I think it's literally the same lady that killed the lawyer in the other episode.
And, yeah, so, and we know she doesn't mess. The bursting of the pipes when Mina went in there, and so if you remember the episode 7, the Groundhog Day, it's not Groundhog Day, it's whatever. But,
Lotus Eater.
Yeah. You'll remember that when it burst, they turn into, like, I call them like zombie type people, but they're like fast. They click a switch, and they're not like, they're like really fast, and they're coming after you. So if we have these pipes, as the aunt showed all over the city, with Roxanne's name on it, and they all burst, these people are going to go attack each other. Yeah, it's definitely gonna, which is a really cool I don't know if that happened in the comics. Let us know if you're a comic book reader and you know about Cloak and Dagger, if this is the same type deal, and if people started attacking. So that will be very interesting. So it's going to start off with those two guys.
Right.
And I have a feeling they're going to attack some people. And then if those other pipes end up bursting, there's no telling what's going to happen. So I'm ready for Tandy and Tyrone to be okay with each other again. At least friendly. They've been clashing, having their own issues and clashing with each other. But so what do you think is going to happen at the end, or did you have something else to add? Who's watching it?
From the end. Well, I forgot to say anything about the cool little kind of like we had in the one episode with the swamp episode with the Stan Man, the license plate that I thought was a nod to Stan Lee, and this episode was very overt. They had the like Andy Warhol-esque Stan Lee portrait in that guy's house. Yep. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. And it wasn't just like, oh, you missed it. They let it stay on the screen for longer than they usually let him stay on the screen. So so that's really cool that they keep adding him in.
Yeah.
Even though we're ready for a personal, that would be time
pretty cool.
in season 2 to bring him in, have a personal appearance. So anyways, anything else?
I think that's pretty much, it'll just be interesting to see.
How do you think it's going to end? Not end the whole thing. What do you think she's going to do? I mean, the guns on her mother, what do you think she's going to do?
I'm hoping, because she's kind of like doing the whole thing, I'm hoping she's going to, distract that lady and, start throwing darts. And
I'm hoping that she's got her hands like this. Well, can she only make one? Because it seems like she's using both hands. Anyway, if she can do a dagger with both hands, I remember when she threw it at the one, I would want her to throw it at the police officer. Just enough to distract her and perhaps wound her or get away. I don't want the police officer to be killed in the incident, because that's going to open up a whole nother can of worms. And I'm not even sure it's a police officer.
No. I think it's probably supposed to look like a police,
So let us know if you think the whole police department now is in with Roxanne, and how much has Roxanne invaded the whole rest of the city.
Roxanne, but they're definitely, and I'm wondering if it's kind of like, they're like the big, they're got basically like the police department in their pockets, because it's like, hey, let us do what we're gonna do. But definitely with Connors, when he was like beating up on O'Reilly, nobody did anything to stop him. I mean, they were just kind of all standing around watching. So. Okay,
so least favorite scene and most in this one, and then rate it.
Wow.
Okay, I'm doing least favorite scene. Go ahead, because I already have one in mind. I didn't like the scene with her and the random guy, the first guy that she stole his hopes. It was just super awkward, and I don't understand her expression at the end. Maybe I don't know why.
Some kind of a high to steal.
I don't know. It was super duper awkward, and it's almost as bad as the other scene that I said. And they can show her stealing hopes, but it was really awkward. Did not seem to fit to me with the whole rest of the scene, and why she wears like wet pool hair when she's like in thief mode.
Yeah, it's like
like when they put her in thief mode, she has to like slick back her hair in pool mode. But at least hey, she's getting ready to steal something. Her hair slicked back. But anyway, and favorite scene, I was gonna say, it was really nice at the end where the mom was trying to explain to Tyrone, and they kind of got a little bit more back on the same page. I just need I just need to save you. I need you to stop trying to fix things, and I just need to know that my last son is safe. That was kind of nice. But my favorite scene is going to have to be I was gonna say the pipe explosion when the guy started after Mina.
Yeah, that was definitely.
And another least favorite scene. Okay, least favorite scene. She stole Mina's hope. That was just so
probably.
cool.
I was just thinking about that. That was probably the one scene that I didn't. That not that it wasn't, as far as storyline, it was, it went well. I mean, it was well acted, well written. Right. But yeah, as far as like liking it, it was definitely. it was definitely like
because we
it was out of
like
her
Mina.
character, and
Yeah.
it was definitely not nice.
Yeah.
Because it was like she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
Because she was like, now you know how it feels.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And you don't want to hear that from your hero. I mean, yes, they're human, obviously. But anyway, okay. So do you have any?
Yeah, I guess my favorite would probably be the same thing, like the whole kind of like here's where things are gonna kind of come together. And the least favorite would be the one with Mina, and also the bar scene where O'Reilly kind of gets all
poor.
because again you don't want to see the people that you're rooting for kind of get knocked down.
Right, but it is to be expected. But season finale next week, so that should be awesome.
Yes.
Awesome and bad, because then it will be over for a while. But at least we have season 2 to look forward to. Yeah, and we'll be watching out to see if any news comes out about new stuff for season 2. So thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and as always, we want to know, what do you watch?